Maybe. Hello, everybody. Welcome. It's Soul Pet. It's Monday night and happy Monday. Welcome to Soul Pet, everybody. It is great to see you guys here. All right, so let's get a couple things out of the way. First, if you're finding this channel for the very first time, my name is Elaine and you know me as the Animal Reiki Lady. I'm an Animal Reiki Master, Animal Chaplain, Animal Medium, everything that has to do with animals and psychic intuition. Except for Soul Pet, or in addition, we now have Soul Pet. And Soul Pet is a beautiful channel that is dedicated to everyone who is going through the loss of an animal companion, a soul pet as we call them. Anyone who is on the journey, wherever you happen to be on that journey, you are welcome here. So this is a live stream. Tonight is a fun topic. We're going to be talking about, I just come right out and say it. I talk to, on a regular basis, every day, animals, angels, aliens, ancestors, animals in spirit, animals here, wild animals. I talk to them all because all of our souls are connected. And tonight I want to share with you how you are not excluded from this. This is not just a special gift. And I'm going to teach you especially how to connect with your own animal in spirit, with your own soul pet in spirit, or on the other side, whatever you want to say. We'll talk a little bit more about that. But I also want to let you know this is a live stream. As a live stream, it's also a community, and this is a place where we have conversation. So I encourage you to please look through the comments. Already, we've got some great questions. Thanks, Pat. You're going to kick us off really strong. A question, how do you connect with angels? I can't wait to share with you how to do that. But this is a community of people who have all been where you are. Each and every one of us here in this community has been or is on part of the journey through the loss of an animal companion, where our beautiful soul pets have crossed to the other side. For some of us, it's been years. For others, it's been just a few weeks or even a few days. But no matter when this message finds you, I encourage you to please post your comments, look at all the support that you're going to get. We welcome everybody here with open arms. There's no topic that's off limits. We do sometimes, like tonight, go down the rabbit hole, but it's all about helping your heart not just get put back together, but to become even more whole and more complete than it ever was before. So with that, we're going to get started. I love to start off the conversation by saying hello to all of our channel members. They're the ones who offer the most support, and you'll see them interact frequently with everybody. And then we say hello to everyone because I want everyone to feel as if they're a part of the community, even if you're not a channel member. Okay, first off, before I say hello to everybody, I got to show you guys something. It's been a busy weekend. I spent the weekend with my 2-year-old granddaughter because mommy and daddy welcomed my newest granddaughter into the family. So I'm going to see if you can see that. It'll take a second. There's always a delay on my end. Like I can see myself 10 seconds behind. There we go. A little bit of a glare, but that's okay. You get the general idea that we welcomed a new baby girl into the family. As my daughter said, another win for the women. So we have a new granddaughter here, and it has left me feeling exhausted and energized all at the same time. Exhausted, but in the most beautiful way. So she just came home today, and it's just so wonderful to welcome a new life into the family and a new life into the world. And that's also part of what inspired this. It was thinking about life and thinking about bringing life into the world and thinking about the beauty that we can find, and that it doesn't need to be about what so many of there's so much out there, doom scrolling stuff. There's so much about the struggle. And I think that we need to focus on more than that, which is why I try to have this beautiful channel, this Soul Pet channel, to help healing and to help people recognize that there's more and that we can live our best life. And our soul pets want nothing more for us than to live our best life. All right, let's say hello to everybody right now. Hello, Pat. Hello, Pat. Good to see you. You know what? I wrote down ahead of time everybody's name who was already on so that I didn't have to like scroll all the way through and get distracted by the comments part way through. It'll happen anyway. So Pat, welcome. And Sherry, welcome. Good to have you here. Sherry, I saw your question as well. We'll talk about. And Sharon's question. So Sharon's follow-up question to you is, well, if you've been communicating with animals, how long have you been doing it? And boy, I want to answer that question too, because we can all do it. And it doesn't take anything extra special in order to be able to communicate with all species. It's not just animal communication, it's interspecies communication. Think about the bumblebees and the birds that flock together and the fish in the ocean and dolphins and whales and elephants and all of the animals that communicate with each other and to each other. We're not left out of that. And I hopefully am going to get you on the path to understanding that we are able to communicate with all souls here and in spirit. So hello, Pat. Hello, Sherry. Hello, Gina. Hello, Sharon. Hello, Kali. Hello, Alana. And let's see if anybody else jumped on here that is a channel member that I haven't seen yet. I don't think so. Thank you, Pat. Thank you, guys. And soul pets again are Logan, Pudge, Droopy, and Aladdin. Yep, from Pat. And then for everybody else, there's Robbie Dill. Robbie, you look 18. You really have added something extra special to this live stream that you probably had no intention. But we love that you always post, you look 18. Sarah, hello, it's good to see you. Jody, hello to you too. And Lady Leomon, it's good to see you also. Cassie, right? Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Me and names. I try. But it helps, like, everybody puts, if you have a handle, like I have the animal Reiki lady, just put in parentheses, Elaine. Okay, and who else do I have here? Lady Leomon, I saw somebody else. Did I say hello to Sarah? I don't remember I said hello to Sarah. That's me. You're so welcome. I love to welcome everybody. And there's a reason why I say everybody's name. And you know what? I'm going to say another name right now. I'm going to say a couple of names, but one of the names is Donna. Donna, you are so loved here, and I just want to let you know that. Donna is one of the channel members who has difficulty like posting. I don't understand the reason why. I've tried to research it. Why some people are not permitted to put live comments. And it doesn't make any sense to me. It makes no sense whatsoever. It's not like Donna ever like posted anything odd. Nobody has ever posted anything weird on here. But can you become a professional animal comedian? Okay, we'll get to that question. I'll come back to there. Or a professional animal medium. We're going to talk about it because I want to share with you my experience. I want to share with you how you are able to communicate with your animal companion. And there's a difference between communicating with your own animal companion in spirit and with doing it on behalf of others. And not everybody, probably most people, don't want to do it on behalf of others. They just want to be able to stay connected to their own animal companion. But if you're drawn to it like I am, then I will touch on that. I think I just missed something else that I wanted to say hello to somebody about, and I don't remember who it was, but as I go through the comments, so I try to answer as many of the comments as possible. We go through some Q&A in the beginning, and I always leave time at the end if there's additional Q&A. But the comments scroll by really fast. So some of you know how to get my attention, but even then, it's sometimes you just put in capital letters that somebody has a question, but even then, sometimes they fly past. I try to do the best I can because this is just me and you. It's you and me and us hanging out here. Okay, so let's begin with the questions. I said hello to everybody. All right, Pat has we'll start with some really great questions. And we're going to start with these questions because they really tie in to the topic tonight. And I'll just give you a little bit of an intro to this. So I was in corporate America for a long, long time, 35 years. The last 15 of those years, I was a corporate HR executive. And I was as corporate as it gets. This was nowhere in my business plan. This was nowhere in the scope of things. I always thought it would be cool. I secretly always thought it would be cool to be psychic, but I never really believed in it. And I was a skeptic. I was the skeptic of all skeptics with a capital S. Like you could tell me the message that you received from an animal or from anything, and I'd be like, oh, okay, that's nice. But I never fully believed until it was when my Lucy crossed. My Lucy, a black lab, and most of you know the stories. 3 seniors, they all, 2 of them crossed within a week of each other, but Lucy, the black lab, is the one who opened the door for this. And it wasn't that, like, I wasn't looking for this. I didn't seek it. And by the way, yep, I scroll my notes ahead of time. This is usually off the cuff. I don't do any pre-planning other than to sit down in meditation, which is part of how I communicate with the angels. And I just write the things that are on my mind and I share them with you. And that's how we do this. So I wanted to say that I didn't seek this out. I wasn't looking for this. And when Lucy passed, it wasn't even a moment of communication. Like it wasn't a, I am going to communicate with Lucy, Lucy's going to communicate with me, we still have a relationship. It wasn't that at all. It was a realization, and the sudden realization that, oh, wow, we're still connected. She's still here. She is still here with me. It was like a oh my God moment that she still exists. She didn't die. Maybe her body isn't functioning anymore, but I realized that she didn't die, that she was still with me. And I think that's how, coming to that realization when I sensed her still with me, that's what prompted her to come to me in a dream that night. And in that dream, she made it very clear that we could still communicate. She made it very clear that I was able to connect with all souls. And I didn't do it. Like, I thought that I was making things up in my own mind. But in the end, I couldn't not do it. It kept coming back to me again and again and again. And I would start and I would stop and I would start and I would stop and I would feel really good about it. And then I would be really afraid of it. Then I would feel really good about it. And then I would question everything. And now it's just so comfortable and so natural that it's just something that is part of who I am. And it's how we started this channel. Okay, let's continue. That gave you the background. That kind of set things up for what we're going to talk about tonight. And if you haven't already, if you are catching this on the live stream and you would like to go grab something, I suggested bringing with you tonight, we're going to do a little activity at the end, suggested bringing with you something like a collar from your cat or dog, or a paw print, or a fur clipping, or anything, a toy, a piece of bedding, anything that is special to you from an animal companion who shared your life, from one of your soul pets. And it can be, there's no rules about this. Whatever feels special to you for any animal, doesn't matter if it's a horse, a snake, a bearded dragon, a bunny rabbit, a dog, a cat. All animals are showing us that we are able to connect with them. All right, back to the questions. Pat's first question, he always kicks things off really good. Have you ever had a time when you could not connect with an animal on the other side during a reading for a client? The answer to that is no. And it is, as I started to mention earlier, it's different to connect with our own animal companions and our own soul pets, and to be able to connect on behalf of someone else. So what I do, and this kind of leads into your next question, Pat, what I do when I want to make a connection is, so we're doing a private reading. I would ask you to send me a picture of your animal companion that you want me to connect with. And I also ask you to send me a couple of things, if there's a couple of questions you want answered, or if there's something on your mind, or if there's something you want help working through, like guilt or regret, questions, anger. There's a lot of forgiveness work we do in these readings, but I will then look at that photo. We schedule this out in advance. So people usually schedule out at least a few days in advance, but sometimes it's a couple of weeks. And I sit down with your animal companion's photo and I look directly at it. So I look into their eyes. It's usually a photo. Almost everybody takes a photo of their beautiful animal companion looking forward with an expression on their face. I look into their eyes and I ask. And if you were to ever book a private reading, I could work you through all the questions that I ask them and on, but it doesn't matter. I just ask for information. And then I turn away. I don't look at the photo any longer. I pick up my journal, which is a plain old copybook. I pick up my Bic pen and I sit down and I trust the information that comes through to me. Now that is known as Claire. I get all the clairs mixed up. This one is claircognizance. Claircognizance is clear knowing. That's all it means. So it's not, I mean, it sounds magical and it sounds psychic. Claircognizant, it means clear knowing. It simply means that I open myself to receive information, and information just comes into my mind. And there was information that wasn't there a minute ago is suddenly there. And I begin to write, and I write, and I write, and I write. And then when I jump on, we do this by Zoom, I jump on a call and explain how it works, and I share information that I got then, and I share information that comes through during the reading. And one of the things we do, I don't know how I got on, I did not plan on explaining all this to you, but maybe somebody wants to know. When I do the reading, the first thing we do, I call it the sacred triangle, and I visualize this heart in the middle of the triangle, and it's your soul pet, It's you and it's me. It's not just me. I am not receiving magical information. It's the three of us connecting heart to heart to heart. And I ask you to share your favorite memory. And that brings the presence of the animal into the space with us. And I can't explain how souls can be in multiple places at the same time, but there's a connection between you and wherever you are, your animal companion in spirit, and me. And when that magic happens, when that connection is made, and the you sharing a memory like solidifies it, when that happens, there's no lack of information, Pat. Not ever has an animal declined. Not ever has there been nothing. It hasn't ever happened. And here's why I think that is. I think it's because they want to connect. They want to connect with us as much as we want to connect with them. And they are willing to go through leaps and bounds and hoops, and they're willing to do it all to try to help us make that connection. So that was a really long explanation for a short question. So no, I have not ever been able to not connect. But then the next question that Pat has is, how often does a reading for one pet end up being a reading for another pet, like happened with Pudge? So when we did a reading for Pudge, it turned out to be for Nico's mom. And why? How does that happen? And why does that happen? This is not a perfect, I'm not even going to call it a science. I don't know how all of this works. I have a general understanding of our brain and our soul and our heart being able to connect with all of the souls that exist in the energetic space around us. So the heaven and the rainbow bridge are not off somewhere in the stars at the end of the universe on a cloud. They're right here with us. It's just in a different type of space in which they exist. They no longer exist in physical state. They exist in a non-physical state. And so I know we make that connection, but it's not by far. I don't know all the answers. I just know that some animals get super excited. And so when I get into that space where I open my heart and I quiet my mind and I let go of all the noise around me and I welcome the animals to come in, and I would ask for Pudge, for all of a sudden another animal might go, I'm so excited that I have to connect to my mom, please, please, please. And I receive information that I think might be for one animal, and it turns out that it's for another. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know how, but does it happen? Yeah, it doesn't happen all the time. Most times when I do like a dedicated reading, it's usually for the animal who shows up. I mean, the animal who's been requested. But every once in a while, it also includes the other animals who may still be part of the family. So I get a lot of interaction with all animals. So all I do is share the information that comes through. I don't judge it. I don't question it. I trust that the animal who needs to come through at that moment in time is the animal who comes through. Let's continue on. Have I ever used a medium to connect with my soul pets to get a different perspective? I have not, Pat, and that is a great idea, because there is a woman who I follow who also resides here in Wisconsin, much further away than me, but I've often thought that I would just like to connect with her to see what my soul pets have to say to me, because I have an impression that I get from Jack and Lucy and Winston, but you're right. I think I'm going to try that, and I'm going to see what happens. So thank you. Thank you for that suggestion. Do you feel like you're always having to prove your abilities to skeptics? Not anymore. I used to. I used to question the information I received. That's why I said, like, I stopped and I started and I stopped and I started. I would start and I would feel really good at it, and then I would get a piece of information that didn't make any sense, not understanding that at some point it always makes sense, and then I would question everything. And I would stop, or then somebody would say, usually family or friends, in the most well-meaning way. Family and friends are like the last ones to jump on board with this, especially because they've known me all my life, right? So think about that. Your family has known you all your life. You've always been this type of person doing this type of thing. And then you're in corporate and you're doing all the things that our society tells us you're supposed to do, that our culture says to do. You know, I go to school, I go to college, I get my advanced degree, I get a corporate job, I'm climbing the corporate ladder, I'm doing all the things. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a mother, And those things get in the way of your family understanding exactly exactly what I'm doing now. So I no longer feel the need to explain myself. I do what I do. I am what I am. And for any of my beautiful, loving, wonderful friends and family who may be watching this now or in the future, I love you guys so much. And I thank you for allowing me to be me. Because I have to tell you that I don't get judged. I don't get judged. I always was afraid that I would get judged. At least not to my face. Nobody ever judges me. So again, a long answer to a short question. I no longer feel that I have to prove myself to skeptics. And it feels like, I think this is part of the secret too. If you've ever followed any information about law of attraction, and that and our thoughts make things, and who we are and what we think draws in the experience to ourselves, I believe that once you start to trust yourself and open yourself up to your, like, I'm going to use the word purpose, but your purpose is just to follow your heart. That we no longer bring skeptics in. Like in the beginning, when I would question myself, I probably had more skeptics because my energy was open to skepticism. And now that I'm not open to skepticism, they seem to have disappeared. So I don't get skeptics. Every once in a blue moon, I will get a question on one of my videos from a while ago, and I just answer it honestly. Or I don't pick up the rope. Like if they're like throwing something out there to specifically get me to play tug of war, I don't do it. Okay. How do you connect with angels? Pat, I am going to share with you. Everybody has got a different connection. There are, I use the example aliens, angels, animals, ancestors. Any soul that has ever existed still exists, and it's possible to connect with them. Angels, we're taught from a religious perspective, are these beautiful glowing beings with wings, halos. They're from heaven. And how do we connect with them? I mean, is it like an archangel who comes down and tells somebody that it's easy. It's so much easier than we possibly think. All we have to do to connect with angels is ask. You can, I'm trying to think of who my favorite angel people are. One of their names is Kyle Gray. He is a person who resides in Scotland. He's all about talking to angels, has talked to angels. Another one is Lorna. Lorna, can't think of her last name. Look up Lorna, the angel lady from Ireland. You'll find her. She's also been someone who since childhood has spoken to angels, and they teach you how to connect. But here's the easiest way to teach you. You just ask. Both of them share that angels are like on the unemployment line, because most of us, we may think about angels in a way like if you're Christian at Christmas time, you see Hark the Herald Angels Sing. We may think in that way of angels, but they're practical. They're our helpers. They are meant to help and guide and offer assistance. And all you have to do is ask and take them off the unemployment line. When you're faced with a problem or a question and you want to ask an angel, do it. Just ask any angel to come to you. We have guardian angels. We have archangels. There are people who talk about levels of angels. I don't buy into it. That's so human. It's like, being the CEO and a director and a manager and a VP. And angels don't need that. They are heavenly beings who are able to connect with us when we ask them to connect with us. Set aside your disbelief and trust that what you're going to receive is good, is right, and that's what will happen. So that's how you communicate with angels. I could do a whole night on angels. Maybe we will do a whole night on angels. But for now, we're going to talk about connecting with our soul pets. Do you feel the capacity to love and be loved more since your soul pet connections? 100%. Oh my gosh, Lucy changed my life. Lucy's, I'll just say the words, Lucy's physical death changed my life forever. I will not ever be the same. And when she showed me that she still existed, even though her physical body was done, it changed everything. I lost my fear of death. It was gone, instantaneously gone. It doesn't exist. My capacity to love, through the roof. I mean, it opened my heart to loving everything. And it's not just animals. It's every praying mantis, it's every spider, it's every fly, it's every mosquito, it's every dog. The dogs, I'm dog sitting this week, and it's every dog, it's every cat, it's everything, every human. In fact, even I've said this before, even the people who would be the most vilified people on the earth, all they truly want is to be loved. And so I love them. I may not have to agree with them. I may not have to like them, but I will open my heart with so much love. So yeah, Pat, my capacity to love and be loved has shifted dramatically. How do your soul pets feel about your stated purpose in life now? Oh, they're my best teachers. Oh, here's my little foster puppy this week. It's more than a week, for a month. I am watching a little dog named Bosco. She's a sweet girl. Yep, and she's not used to this, so she's wondering who I'm talking to. That I'm staring at this computer and having a conversation. So she's very curious. Do they feel you're on the right track? Yeah, they feel that I'm on the right track, and they also help me as the trajectory shifts. Things do shift for me still too. I'm wide open to expanding the things that I do. It's why sometimes I do overextend myself, because I'm drawn to so many different beautiful things, and they do help to keep me on track. They think not only am I on the right track, they help me to remember sometimes when I get off track, which happens, and they help me discover new tracks too, because there's always something beautiful. There's always something new and interesting going on. Sherry, have you ever started to pull away from communication? What pulled you back? Seems I go in spurts. So animal communication is a little bit, when we talk about animal communication versus animal mediumship, it really is the same thing. It's connecting soul to soul and heart to heart with a beautiful animal. Animal communication possibly being with those animals who are here in their physical bodies, and animal mediumship is connecting with animals who have crossed to the other side. My personal preference, it is a preference, I enjoy being able to connect with animals who are in spirit. It fills my heart. It fills my heart to help people who are feeling broken, who are feeling lost, who are feeling crushed under the weight of grief. It helps. It helps my heart to be able to help them, and so that's my preference. Animal communication with animals who are living here, in the physical, I enjoy it. I can connect with just about any animal you can imagine. I have connected with both wildlife and animals who share our home. But I don't necessarily like to communicate on behalf of other people. I would rather teach somebody how to connect with their own animal than do the communicating for them. It's kind of like, I don't know a good analogy, but oftentimes people will reach out to me to communicate on their behalf with their animal companion because they're looking for something very specific. They're either looking for a fix, or they're looking for answers, or they're looking for something, and I say this without judgment, they're looking for something that they are the only one who knows the answer to. They know the answer deep in their heart, and they're afraid to look there to get that answer. Like they might be doing something that perhaps they should be doing something differently than what they're doing. Perhaps they know that they're so stressed out that it stresses out their cat, and they don't want to take a look at what that stress is in their life. So I steer away from actual communicating like clients. I don't take animal communication clients anymore, but I still communicate with animals every day. Every single day. There's not a dog, a cat, a bird that if the animal comes into my sight, I'm talking to him. And if an animal comes into my mind, I'm talking to him. Okay, I hope that answers your question. Sherry says again, if there is time, could we do a group gratitude for the beagles being released and positive energy on their new journey? Something along that line. If there's time tonight, I do have an activity that I want to do at the end for connecting with our soul pets by using clairtangience, which is being able to touch something and receive a message. But we don't even have to do, all we have to do is think about that. And it's not just the beagles. Donna also asked this. This is why Donna's on my mind, who is unable to, for whatever reason, can't do the live chat. She is working with releasing additional beagles. So it's not just the beagles that were here in Wisconsin. They're everywhere. All of these research facilities are all over the US, and they're all over the world. And it's not just beagles. So if it's something that your heart is called to do, I would even do it you could do it at any time, but do it as you're falling asleep. Just send off a prayer, send off a thought, send up a just this beautiful feeling of gratitude that we are making a difference. When we, as a group, we don't have to do it at the same time. It doesn't have to be coordinated. When we as people recognize that something needs to shift in the way that we treat the animals with whom we share the planet, it is not our freaking planet. It belongs to all of us. And the way we treat animals is, okay, you got me started there, Sherry. Tonight before you go to bed, instead of vilifying those who would abuse animals, send out a prayer of gratitude, love, and compassion, and know that we are making a difference every time we do that. Okay, gonna keep moving on. Did I say hello to Gina? I think that I did. That was Sharon's question to Sherry. How long have you been communicating with pets? The answer to that question is we all have been doing it for a long, long time. Sharon, I know that you have. I know that you can. I know that all of you can. And sometimes we just don't realize that we've been doing it all this time. But I'm going to try to help you tonight to be able to make that connection. Don't forget to like, share it. I didn't say hello. Did I say hello to Kali? I think I did. So Kali, hello. Good evening, all. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. I think I said hello to Sarah also as I scroll down here. Let's see if there's more questions coming up. Now they just zipped by. Wait, I think, is that Donna? Honey, what are you eating? Oh, geez. What's on the floor that you're eating? Oh my. Hang on a quick second. The dog is eating. It could be any of my little things from animals that are hanging around here. I gotta move. I just gotta move some things to a shelf she can't reach. For all I know, she just ate a feather. Okay, come on, skedaddle. Bosco, you have to skedaddle. There you go, live TV. No, Bosco, then lay down. All right, back to where we were. So if that is my Donna, then I'm so glad to see you here because we've been talking about you. And I should specify my Bodhi dog. Oh, that's the question. Okay, gotcha. Nanya is occupying a caregiver role. She watches the replay. Right. That's the other name I said I was going to mention beside Donna's was Cheryl, Ms. Nanya, New York Business. We love you. We love you and we miss you. And we can't wait for when you are back on able to watch us again. Did I miss Kathy? Did I miss saying hello to Kathy? And there's Z. Hi, Z. How are ya? Thank you for asking Sharon about Nanya. Yep. And Magnificent Sales. Hello, hello. Lauren, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, let's go back up here to Gina's question. I have wondered whether the cancer that my dog had was something he took on from me or someone in the family. That's a hard question. I think I've often thought about cancer and why do so many of our animals, like, I think the number's really high, like 65% of all cats and dogs will get cancer at some point in their life. And why is that? Is it are they mirroring something? They're in the metaphysical spiritual community. We're told that it's a mirror. Everything in our existence is a mirror of who we are. So if my dog gets cancer, does that mean that I caused it? No, it does not mean that. And did you do something wrong? Did I feed them the wrong food? Did my vet miss something? I let all of that go. The only way I know to explain it is that if you are stressed and experience something stressful in your life, your animal companion may reflect that back to you through physical illness. In this world, in our existence as it is right now, cancer is everywhere, not just animals, it's people. It's all over. It's why I've switched to an organic diet. It's why I've switched my dog to an organic diet. And it's why I think our animal companions are trying to teach us. I think they volunteer. I think they have volunteered to teach us that we have gotten ourselves to a place where we need to make a change. And with all that's going on in the world, I mean, you guys feel this, right? There's a lot of crap going on there's a lot. We're dealing with a lot of heaviness, a lot of denseness. I'm not going to bring it all up. And our animals might be showing us that we need to return to a simpler way of life. And I think that's what's happening. I think that's why we see so much of this upheaval. It's because we're going through a shift. And it's painful. It's growing pains. But we're going to come out on the other side, and our animal companions are going to come out on the other side. No, you did not cause your dog's cancer. Wow, that just came to me clearly. No, you did not cause your dog's or your cat's cancer. Your dog. Okay, no. They do not take it on from you, nor can an animal. This is another thing in the spiritual and metaphysical world. People will say, my cat would lay on my chest and try to heal me, but is my cat then taking on my cancer? No, absolutely not. It doesn't work that way. And if they do, it's because they choose to. They choose to be the healing mechanism, but you can't cause it. Can you shift it? I do believe that. It's what I have learned through Reiki. Reiki is the beautiful healing energy of love that flows to, through, and around us, and it springs from our heart. And I know that when we tap into that love, and I don't mean just, I love my dog, I love my cat, I love my kids, I love my hubby. I mean love, the deep, profound sense of love. And when you bring that into you and you share it with everyone who is in your space, we can heal things. And I know that it's a weird thing to say about healing. Can we change our physical health and the physical health of the animals and people who share our life? Yes, we can. But please don't worry about causing your animal companion's cancer. And remember this too. Every single animal is a sentient being. What does that mean? A sentient being means that they are their own individual, unique soul. And they have preferences and choices, and we don't have the ability to, we can be part of their journey, but their journey will always be their journey. I hope I answered that well enough, Gina. But the short answer that blurted right out of my mouth was no. You did not cause your dog's cancer. Okay, so we're laughing about Kathy, and why don't I not see Kathy? Oh, and then there's Vito. Do you agree that our pets don't question our decisions for their health? Yeah, I do. I 100% agree. You can't get it wrong. When you make a decision that's based from a place of love, you do the best with what you have at that moment in time, and you make the best possible decision that you think is right for your animal companion. It can't be wrong. It can't be wrong. And they will never let you feel that. They will never let you carry the weight of that guilt. All right, let's keep going. Boyfriend Bobby lost his cat Keek recently. Is Keek checking in here yet? Oh, so I didn't know that, but Z, you have really been on my mind lately. So let's see if I can check in with Keek. I'm just gonna write Keek's name down to see if Keek comes through. All that stuff breaks your heart. My Yoshi was a beagle, so sensitive and loving. I can't imagine the fur babies living a horrific life. Yeah, and then you know what? If you follow social media, there are people who will post all those videos. They'll post them as a way to gain support for their movement, which I understand. But those videos sometimes hurt my heart. And it's because I empathize. I call myself an animal empath. I can feel it. And it really, really distresses me. So I have to focus on something different. Instead of working against something, I would much rather work for something. So I would rather be pro passing legislation that bans animal testing as opposed to being against organizations who are doing it. So that's just the way that my heart can handle that. Please, Miss Elaine, yesterday marked 19 years since my childhood cat Buster went to the Rainbow Bridge. Do they still remember that we love them even after so long has gone by? Oh yeah. You know why? Because there's no such thing as time. In the non-physical, the only place where there's time is right here on Earth. That's it. That's the only place where there's time in the way that we know it. Otherwise there is no time. I am really rambling on here. I want to make sure that I get to the things that I want to talk about. There's no sense of a minute, a year, a day. That's us who feels that passing of time. So nope, you don't have to worry about that. They never forget us. They don't tap their foot in impatience. They are always with us forever and ever and ever. My daughter is convinced that her dog got mouth cancer from the raw hides she was giving him. She knows better now. So Sharon, it's very possible. It's very possible that there is something that we've given to our animal companions that resulted in an illness, an injury, or their passing. Um, and how do we deal with that? The way that we deal with all of it. They are our greatest teachers, and they have taught us how to be better companions going forward. As I mentioned, I've said it so many times, Gypsy will not ever have to go through anything that Jack and Lucy went through in their earlier years, because they taught me how to be a better companion for my animal companions going forward. And I think that's part of the reason for sometimes why they get cancer. I don't think it's because we give it to them. I think it's because they want to show us that even for ourselves, we need to start doing something differently. Put down the Cheetos. Is that a wrong thing to say? I don't mean to like diss a brand. That the name Cheetos just popped into my head. Put down the junk food. Just put down the junk food, and start doing at least one little healthier thing for yourself. I think that's what they're teaching us. Okay. These are all beautiful questions, and I will come back to some of them. But I really want to make sure that I get to what I want to talk about tonight. So how do you do this? How do you connect with your animal companion? Lucy taught me that they don't die. All of the animal companions that I've been able to connect with on your behalf, which is the most beautiful outcome I could have ever asked for, they want us to know that they never intended for us to be broken. They never intended for us to be so broken that we couldn't go on with life. They want us to know that there's more. They want us to know that there's more to this existence than what we've been taught. And that's why they're reaching out to us. That's why I swear that I have been offered this gift of communicating this to other people, is because they want us to know. And they're doing everything in their power, not just me. They're doing everything in their power to make sure not only that they get through to you, but that you can get through to them, and that you know that their existence continues. All souls can connect. What else here? All souls can connect. Oh, this is huge. I actually wrote that. This is huge. You can do this too. You don't need me. If you would love a message from an animal, that is from your soul pet that's on the other side, in the non-physical, in spirit, I love connecting with them. I love receiving all their special messages. They always have something for me. They have something to share with their human. They have something to share with me. I get so much really cool stuff from connecting with them, but you don't need me. You can do this. And I didn't believe it either. I get it. Okay. I didn't believe it either. I used to sit with Jack trying to practice animal communication. I would sit and stare at him, and he would look blankly at me like, what does she want? What is she doing? I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. I didn't believe in any of it. So I get it. I understand where you're coming from. Your animal companion wants to connect with you so bad. They just want to connect with you. So I'm going to take you through this little exercise in just a minute. I saw some cool comments going through here. All right, the rest is about the exercise. So you guys have been helping me with all these questions. Like I didn't even need any notes. You guys have been doing such a great job with questions. Do I belong to any animal advocacy groups? I belong to all kinds of stuff on social media. I belong to all kinds of groups, but always for the positive. Like I don't do the fighting against things, as I mentioned. I only do the things that are pro. He died, and my older cat, Ash, chose me. I already knew him as a neighbor cat, but after Buster died, he started coming inside to me. Oh, that's the other thing. So other animals will come to you when they're ready, but our animals who are in spirit on the other side will also, they can send us the next animal who's meant to be part of our life. I know that's how Gypsy got to me. Sudden thing with Bodhi, and it took him immediately. Then it was a similar scenario with my Tanner as well. We're learning from it, Gina. We are, with every animal who comes into our life, we are learning more and more how to be better animal companions. Glad we're all here. It's a healing place, right, Alana? That's what I want everyone to know also. When you watch these videos, this is not just it's not just a video. It's not just a live stream. I don't do this to become like a famous YouTuber. I don't. I do it because I'm inspired to be able to help other people, and I want us all to be able to come together like this in support of each other. And look at this community. Look at all these people who have come together to hold each other and virtually hug each other. We've never met. And to be able to hold each other in this space. And if you're new to this channel and you haven't commented yet, please comment your name and comment your animal companion's name. You will have every person here telling you how much they support you and how much they will be here for you and wherever you happen to be on this journey. Vito, we have chemicals all around us, pesticides and toxicity. Vito, I feel that changing also. You're absolutely right. We have it made me think of when I was a little girl, and I'm showing my age. Back in the 60s, I was a little girl, and we sprayed for mosquitoes. This truck would drive around our neighborhood, pumping out this fog that he was called the Mosquito Man. He would drive up and down the streets, pumping out this spray that was meant to kill mosquitoes, and it smelled good. So the kids would get on their bike and follow the Mosquito Man all around the neighborhood, breathing in all those chemicals. We have slowly but surely gotten rid of many of those chemicals, but we're still surrounded by all the pesticides, especially on our food, because we have all of this commercial agriculture. But I think it's changing. I feel that we have like the pendulum starting to swing the other way, that so many people now recognize this. Now you can walk into your average grocery store. It didn't used to be that way. You used to have to go to a specialty grocery store. Now you can walk into the average grocery store and get and find organic food. But okay. Kai was diagnosed with masses all over his insides, never did a biopsy. Even if it was, he was too old for treatment. Still haunts me that I didn't bring him home. Cassie, I hope that he helps you to let go of that feeling of being haunted. You don't have to. I know that you don't have to. I know that Kai would not want that for you, and that they don't take that with them to the other side. They don't take any of those feelings. They're free when they transition out of the physical, and it's not just animals, it's people. They're free, and that freedom allows them to be even better partners for us, because they're not constrained by their physical body. Okay, I'm good. Piper, okay, you guys are also, this is an example of supporting each other. I love all these comments. Total support for each and every one of us from each other. All right, so this is what I want to do. I want to guide you through this it's called clairtangiance, clear touch. That's all clairtangiance means, is clear touch. So I am going to get, I think I have, I thought I had Winston's collar right here with me, but that's okay because I have Lucy's drops. I really wish I knew what Bosco ate off the floor back here, because there was no food in here and he was clearly chewing on something. She was. So I have Lucy's drops, but it doesn't matter what you have. Whatever little physical thing that you have of your soul pet on the other side in spirit. It can be a collar, it can be a little fur clipping, it can be their paw print. Oh, that's why I know I have all the paw prints. There we go. I have all their paw prints. This is Jack. So this is my beautiful Jack's paw print. It can be anything at all that is a physical reminder of them. A piece of their blanket, a toy, whatever you happen to have that reminds you of them. In the Hawaiian tradition, I've mentioned this many times before, in the Polynesian tradition, when a soul passes to the other side, they leave something behind of their physical presence in whatever they touched. So it can be a necklace. So if it's a person, it can be a necklace or a ring. For me, I'm going to use Jack's paw print. I like to do that because I can feel the pads. I can feel the pads of his feet as the imprint in the clay here. So that's what I'm going to use for tonight. But you can use anything at all. And clear tangience means clear touch. So when we hold this in our hands and we focus on them, we can ask to receive information. You don't even have to ask. You can just set the intention. You can just believe. And the secret is the belief. For just this moment in time, suspend your disbelief. Suspend your skepticism, because they're going to find the crack in the door. They will find the way through to you with the beautiful message. And you can do this anytime you want. We're going to do it here tonight so that you can get a message from your animal companion right now tonight. And by message, it can be anything. When I teach this, so I teach at a local metaphysical crystal shop down the road. When I teach this in person, I tell people, you don't have to like focus on getting a really long, lengthy message. You don't have to get the secret to life the very first time that you try this. But you may just get an impression. You may get a color. You may get a sensation. You may feel chills. You may feel warmth. You may feel a moment of peace. It can be that simple, just a moment of relief. That if you've been haunted, I'm so amazed that you use that word. I've never used the word haunted before. I'm going to add it to my vocabulary for this channel. If you're feeling that sensation that you're haunted, that you didn't do X, Y, or Z, you can bring that with you, let it go, and ask to be released of that burden. Ask to be just filled with a sense of peace, and that haunting feeling will go away. It will go away. So it can be that simple. It doesn't have to be a complicated message. It can be something really easy. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to, the first thing that we always do is breathe. The reason that you breathe is because we want to settle. It's called grounding. If you want to ground yourself, I love the word balance. I love the word harmony, but it can just be to settle our brain, that chatter that goes on back here all the time. I know every one of you. For me, Bosco's on my mind. What the heck did she chew? It's there. So I'm going to take this moment to remind myself that nothing is more important than the connection I'm about to have with Jack. And I breathe, just a couple of breaths. You don't have to do anything crazy. Just breathe in and breathe out. It does help to breathe out longer than you breathe in. It just allows your nervous system to calm when you do that. So we take a nice deep breath in. You take a nice deep breath out. And you don't even have to close your eyes. As a matter of fact, I'm going to look at Jack's paw print as I touch the pads on his foot. And remember what the pads on his foot felt like in life. All I need, the connection's almost instantaneous. And you just say, Kai, what message do you have for me? What do you want me to know tonight? Or just let me know that you still love me. Let me know that you're here. Give me a sign of some kind. And trust them. Trust them that in their new existence, in spirit, that they are able to get through to you. It is that simple. You don't need to overcomplicate it. You don't need to overthink it. There's two things that you need: love and trust. That's it. But I love this clairtangience. I love a physical feeling in my hands, a physical feeling, a physical reminder of them. Nice deep breath. Jack. Jack, Jack, Jack. Oh my gosh. You know what he's filling my heart with right now? Just love, like peaceful. I get the sense that he's got his leg right here. He's got his head right here laying on my leg. Like I could feel him. You know how dogs will do that? They'll just rest their head on you. That's what I feel. And I don't need anything more than that. That is all the message I need from my beautiful boy. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Buckaroo. My little pony. That's what we called him, my little pony. So I would love it. That's all you needed to do. That's all you have to do. Hold whatever the little item is in your hand. Allow love to flow into it. Allow love to open your heart. Allow yourself to set aside all the other stuff that doesn't matter, because nothing else really matters to us, does it? and share your message. Go ahead and put something in the comments. Let us know if there was anything you wanted to, like any cool feeling that came through. Phoebe is sending vibes like the aurora. Oh, I love it. I love it. And I love seeing, I've never seen the aurora, so I actually would love to see like the northern lights. Who's crying right now? There you go, Alana. For me, whenever I cry, even when it's over a loss, there are still there are tears of love. They're tears of love. That's what it is. You have Piper's Ashes with the collar around the box. Okay, you get sensations touching it. Sometimes that happens. Like you might get a temperature change. You might get tingling. You don't have to, but those are some of the things that happen when I hold something and connect with them. Usually, when I hold something like a dog collar, I just feel. Uh, I don't know how to explain what I feel. I just feel them. I feel them as soon as I touch something really substantial like that they wore. Like this is Jack's footprint. It's different than when I hold his collar. So play around with it. If you've got a couple of mementos, keepsakes from your animal companion, play and see which one gets you the that you respond to quicker, or you feel more connected to, that feels more aligned with you. You're not going to get it wrong. You absolutely cannot get it wrong. And so somebody puts in a comment tonight, I got nothing. I didn't get anything. It's okay. It's all right. Because your animal companion will not give up on you. Because your animal companion's gone, oh my gosh, I just told her how much I loved her. How could she say that she didn't get anything? It's human. It's the blocks that we have built up and our little bit of disbelief. You keep practicing. You keep playing with this every night. You'll get something. You will absolutely. And then once you do, once you get that first nudge, that first little message, and even if you go, I wonder if that was something. It was something. That's how they start to get through to you. And the more you do it, the easier it becomes. You can do it once tonight and be grateful for that, and it feels beautiful. But I encourage you to do something every single day that reminds you that your soul pet still exists. That's the word. They still exist. They haven't gone anywhere. They love you. They will not leave you. So do something every single night. Hold on to something that reminds you of them. Ask them to come to you in a dream, even if you don't remember what that is. Do some automatic writing. Pick up a pen and a paper and say, okay, I'm ready. What do you want me to know? And then just start writing what comes into your mind. Do something every single day to remind yourself that they still exist and they will get through to you. Okay, I'm going to. Bosco's now barking at the neighborhood dogs. Gypsy doesn't bark at anybody because she can't see. She has no eyes. So I've never had to worry about her barking, but Bosco barks at everything. Let's see what other comments I've got. You could feel Piper's silky ears and just the love of that, right? The love of feeling the bottom of Jack's paw fills me with so much joy. If Kai can hear me, I hope he knows. Okay. You want to rephrase that? You want to try that again? Because he can hear you. And of course, of course Kai knows. Helped me keep going when his brother died. Okay, when he died, it was like the part of my life was finally gone forever. They still exist. Cassie, they still exist. For everyone, for Yoshi, for Kai, for Piper, for Phoebe, for Z, for Pockets, I'm trying to think of all of our beautiful animal companions' names. I just call out the names as they come to me. They are with us. Felt him in your heart. I love that feeling. Was he wearing a red bow? Okay. I have no doubt that your precious Kai hears you. Thank you, Gina. Thank you for reinforcing that. Okay, my friends, we are going to wrap things up because thankfully, my little video setup here does a really nice thing of blocking all the noise, but Bosco is going crazy in the other room. All right. I love you guys so much. Have a beautiful night. Have a beautiful week. And I will see you all again next week. And until then, may animals light your way. I do want to say one more thing. I thank you guys so much. I thank you for all the support that you show each other and for showing up here every Monday. It's beautiful. I love this community more than I could possibly express. Mwah. Okay. Love you guys. May animals light your way. Take care.